Well, we've had a little review. We've seen one example. This next example is yours to work through on your own. And the numbers are going to be a little bigger, but the process is just the same. Okay, so here's the problem itself. Write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that passes through the points 74, negative 130, and 126, negative 117. All right, why the bigger numbers? Because we're going to start modeling real-life situations with this process, coming up with a linear model, but the numbers aren't always nice, they aren't always small, so it might be a little more of a challenge for us right now, but the process, like I said, is exactly the same as our first example. So here are our same steps, and we'll put up those two formulas to help you work through this as well. But I invite you now to pause the video and see if you can come up with the equation of the line that passes through those 2 points. All right, how'd you do? Let's take a look. I'll work through it on my end, and if you want to pause the video at any time and make a correction and work through it on your end, feel free to do so. But let's see, I will start by labeling my ordered pairs. And so 74 will make that x1, negative 130 can be y1. All right, and then over here we'll make this x2 and y2. And that will allow me to go to step 2 down here and use my slope formula and just plug some numbers right into my slope formula. So I know that the slope is y2 minus y1. So I will subtract negative 130, remembering to use parentheses where I need to just to help me keep all my negatives straight. And then 126 minus 74 in the denominator. And let's see, that simplifies to 13 on the top, 52 on the bottom, and fortunately that fraction simplifies for us too. The simplified version of that fraction is just 1/4. So now I know my slope is 1/4. I'll just write m here again to keep that straight. What do we do now? We go on to step number 3. We're supposed to substitute that value for m and one of our 2 points. Again, it doesn't matter which one we choose. I'm going to choose our first point here. Just looks a little nicer to me to use, but either point would work and give us the right final answer for this. But we go back into our slope-intercept form, and we're going to plug in values here, here, and here, and we're going to solve for b. All right, so our y value is negative 130, our m value is 1/4, and our x value is 74. I'm going to put that in parentheses just to indicate that we're multiplying there. And then plus b. Okay, that's what we're solving for. What does b have to be? Okay, 1/4 of 74, let's see, divide it by 2 and divide by 2 again. So 37 and then 18.5 is what that ends up being. Plus b, this is negative 130 over here still. And if we want to get b by itself on the right side of this equation, we will subtract 18.5 from both sides, leaving you with just a b over here. And over here we get negative 148.5. And that is our y-intercept, negative 148.5. Well, now we've got the 2 values that we need. So we're going to take those 2 values and we're going to plug them in for m and for b and leave our y and x as y and x in our equation. So we end up with y equals 1/4 x plus this value. So I'll just write minus 148.5. And that is the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. And again, remember, if we want to check our answer at any time, we just take our value of x, 74, plug it into this equation, simplify, and make sure that we get this y value out as a result. All right? When we get to class, we're going to be using this strategy, this technique, to hopefully model some real-life events. Okay, so be ready for that, and I'll see you then.